Hello everyone. Today I'm going to take you on a little bit of a studio slash office tour. So let's check it out right this way. Now you'll notice first off I've got several instruments and a bunch of recording equipment, computers. So let me take you around a little bit, some of my favorite ones. This here is the Eastman 615 mandolin. Sounds great, love to play it. Here I've got my main violin, or fiddle for some of you. Got another violin here. Over here I've got another violin hanging up here. Got another one down here. Got a couple more in the closet somewhere. Other string instruments. I've got the Ibanez electric guitar here. Got the ukulele. I've got a homemade cigar box mandolin. Thanks, Corbin. And I've got the PVT-40 bass. All right, let's turn around over on this wall. They've got another mandolin here. It's a Kentucky mandolin. Up here I've got a guitar. It's from Peru. And then here I've got the Yamaha F335 acoustic guitar. Great sounding instrument. And as far as the string instruments, that's pretty much the main bulk of it. All right, let's move on to some of the percussion and drums. So first of all, we've got the DW Classic Maple set. We've got the Yamaha 14-inch by 7.5-inch snare drum over here. I've got the 10-inch tom, the 12-inch tom, and the 13-inch tom. And then for cymbals up here, I've got a 14-inch Zildjian Crash. I've got the 15-inch Zildjian A Thin Crash. I've got a Remix Ride. I've got a Zildjian Dark Crash Thin here and 14-inch hi-hats. And the DW Maple 13-inch snare drum. And for drum heads, I use all Evans heads. I like the clear on the toms, for now at least. And up top here is where I keep all my extra cymbals and everything. So those are actually racks that are made to store like dinner plates, but they work great for cymbals. Love it. All right, down here is where I keep all my extra drumsticks and miscellaneous percussion accessories. So let's come over here, some of the percussion instruments. We've got wind chimes up here. We've got a shakere here. We've got some shakers from South America, Peru, Guatemala, Ecuador, etc. We've got Santa's favorite instrument. We have various sizes of cowbells for every occasion. I have the guiro here. Got an African talking drum. This one's pretty cool. Got this drum I got from Ecuador. Okay, and down here we've got the African drum. It's djembe. That's it. It's called a djembe. Can't believe I forgot that. All right, and then over here we've got some more of the Latin percussion instruments. We've got bongos. We've got congas. Oh, and this. It was my first oil painting I did when I was 9 years old. Isn't it beautiful? All right, up here we've also got several different kinds of shakers of every type, variety. Some with small beads in them, some with big beads, some with little soft beads in them. Different kinds of egg shakers, other kinds of shakers. And this shaker right here, it's actually pretty cool. It's made from walnut shells. You just need all kinds of shakers for shaky situations. All right, let's move on to some of the recording equipment. This way. Oh, sorry, before we get to the recording equipment, I forgot to mention these beautiful bells. All right, so over here I've got the beautiful Yamaha 2404 MC Series mixing console. It's a relic of the late 70s and early 80s, but it's a great sounding piece of equipment. I run all my microphones through it, use the preamps. I also use 8 channels of it for summing out of my Digi 003 rack. If you don't know what any of that is, then it's okay. This is still interesting, I hope. All right, over here we have the TEAC X7R reel-to-reel 2-track tape machine. I don't use it anymore. It makes a good stand for this other monitor up here. All right, and then you'll notice over here I've got several foot pedals that I plug my violin into, or you can use with guitar. I've also got the Digimax LT here for another 8 channels of preamps for microphones. And then the main interface here is the 003 Rack Plus. It's got 8 channels of analog inputs, and then it's got another 8 channels of digital inputs, which come from the Digimax. I run everything through here for the analog to digital conversion and the digital analog conversion. All right, so down here I've got several pieces of equipment. I don't use a whole lot, but they're still useful in certain situations. The Digitech Studio S100, it's got some great effects in it that are still useful from time to time, but most of the recording and the work I do is in the box. And if you don't know what in the box means, it means everything's done in the computer. There's not a lot of outboard analog gear involved in the recording process, except for on the front end when it comes in. All right, also over here, I've got the Mac Pro Tower, which has served me many years. Although it's 10 years old, it's still very functional. It basically acts as my network attached storage. Got 6 hard drives in there, 3 and 4 terabytes each. So I've got plenty of storage, and that's connected through my network router, gigabit router. Another important piece of equipment for the studio is here. We have the CyberPower 1000 PFCL-CD. Basically, it's a uninterruptible power supply. So if the power goes out, it'll keep computer and equipment on long enough that it can power down safely, and I won't lose unsaved projects and unsaved work. Everything can power down safely until the power comes back on. All right, next over here we've got my main monitors, the JBL 4328s, and these are network attached, and I've actually got 4 of these, so I can set them up in a surround configuration. Then sometimes I use a center speaker also if I'm doing any surround mixing. Let me mention this here real quick. This is, well, maybe I better not mention it. Okay, next up, I've got the ATH M50 headphones. They're great headphones for mixing. I take these on the road. Next over here, I've got the Alesis control pad. This is pretty much just a USB MIDI control pad. I can use it to trigger any virtual instrument sounds from the computer. It can be used with pretty much any of the recording music software programs. Okay, so as far as microphones on the main drums here, I've got the AKG 451s for the overheads, and then these hats are it's a custom arrangement that I've figured out that really brings the recordings to life. On the toms, I've got the Audix D4. on the low tom, got the D2s on the higher toms, and the snare drum, of course, is a SM57. And then for this other drum over here, we've got the Audix D1. Sometimes I use a Shure SM57 also. On the kick drum, you can't see, but on the other side is a Audix D6. The other microphone I have here, I use for vocals or instruments sometimes, the acoustic instruments like guitar, violin. It's the Rode NT2A. And this piece of equipment here is a custom-made piece. Thanks, Zach. It's just got a cool look to it. Okay, and then in here I store all my extra cables and microphones and all that sort of stuff in there. Extra speakers, etc. All right, well that's pretty much it. Oh, I forgot to mention the Irish frame drum here. The best part of this room, the remote control lights. They can change colors. We can do like a little light show. This cool little remote here. I'll put the link below. Anyway, stop. That's pretty much it. This is where the music's made. This is where it all happens. You can check out the link right here of one I did with my friend, the Playship Pirate. Check out this video here, and if you want to subscribe, you can click over here, and that's pretty much it. See you later. Bye.